So we switch to English language and we review the game between Sebastian and Benjamin. Benjamin. It starts with a Joseki, modern Joseki. Black ignores, it is possible. It is also possible to continue. And when black continues, white leaves it. Later, black has a large continuation, which puts pressure on white. Maybe white is going to answer, maybe not. So here we have another Joseki. And this pincer is too risky because not only white has stone on the bottom side, but white is strong on the bottom side. In such case, we should not pincer, and it is an obvious Joseki choice for white to jump out and then cover black stone. Black has too little space to build a healthy group, so what black is going to do most probably is just sacrifice the stone, but this is satisfactory for white. So white should now jump out, and black shouldn't choose this Joseki. Other than that, black should maybe attach or play a simple move like this. But white didn't jump out, which is mysterious. White jumped in, and then we had the same Joseki as on the top, but with a crosscut. And here the fun starts. First of all, this crosscut is a bit audacious, a bit bold by white. Yeah, white has strong shape, but the fight should not be too easy for white. On the other hand, if white chooses this, then maybe white is somewhat not satisfied with this Joseki choice. I am in fact not sure. I think that this Joseki choice, if we do a whole board Tewari, that first we had this Joseki and only then black approached white's corner, is it unrealistic that white plays that pincer and goes into this strong shape? I think it's possible for white. It's not really a bad choice. So white could have played Hane below, but white cuts, which tries to use the thickness. And then black played this move. And this is something which cannot be understood because it's an empty triangle. It's an empty triangle in disguise. It's an invisible empty triangle. But once we ponder about white's shape on the bottom right, we realize that the only way for black to use that shape of white is descend. And then white can consider either connection here, empty triangle like this or like that. But we need to know that if we empty triangle like that, black also gets another descent. So anyway, we have this move for free, and then no way we ever play an empty triangle. Of course we jump. So we need to use the Aji in white's shape, and then we jump. We cannot really jump immediately because white will play the Atari and we will have a bit worse shape. We won't have any base and white will have more territory, and now white goes out. So for sure we need to play the exchange now or never. And this move is like closing our eyes on the fact that exchange is ours. Like really no way that we choose something like this. Then white has a freedom. White can play like this and be already satisfied, or go even with an even stronger move, push on black. And now actually black is in trouble, because even if black can get these moves, black's Hane doesn't really give black a way out. So let's take a look at this. White plays Hane, black goes out, but white can still cut black and use this famous Kosumi Tesuji. All right, black starts with the Hane. This is an obvious move. White cannot crosscut for now, but white plays a counter Hane, and then what can black do? Black played this move, but then black got cut, and suddenly black's cutting stones die. This is terrible for black. This is completely unacceptable. So we need to think of some alternative, and kind of the only one which comes to mind is this move. In such case, probably it was better to start with this one, because white is anyway not going to play here because black goes out. And if white plays anything else, if we want, we can play this exchange. So if we count that after 1, 2, we need to play 3, then we should at least consider playing immediately at 3. And in case our opponent is not going to take our spot at A, this is very likely a Tesuji, going immediately to 3. So yeah, white will not extend. But if white, for example, goes up, we don't need to play like this. We can also consider alternatives, like this one. So that's how you find the Tesuji. And also, like now, this move looks plausible after an attachment. A bit worse because we have other options open, like this way of cutting through white's shape. So Kane is a mistake, and then extension is a blunder. White cuts. Black has no way to save the stones. Still, black should give them an additional liberty, because in the game black died with 1 liberty. It's better to die with 2 liberties. It matters a lot when you cut opponent's shape on the outside. You play like this. If your opponent connects haha, then they are in trouble. So they need to play this one and this, and then you die with 2 liberties. So it improves your situation on the outside really a lot. This is one thing. And there is also another thing, that your descent is sente, your Kosumi is a bit sente-ish. So much better to die with 2 liberties than to die with 1 liberty. Now the game is really good for white. Black cut through white's shape in exchange, but certainly black didn't gain as much as white got. But I wouldn't be like too excited as white, because the difference I would estimate is no more than, I don't know, 10 points. Black made a mistake, considerable mistakes. Maybe black is 6 points up. White is 6 points up. Black tries to put pressure on white's group, and white obviously goes out. And now white, instead of simply driving the game, which is good for white, driving it towards its finish, white starts to go crazy, to think that, oh, I won against black in the first fight, so I will win in the second fight. But it doesn't work like this. If, like, mostly the result of the fight is defined by the shape and not by the strength of the players. Maybe in the first fight black made a blunder, so maybe really his fighting skills are a bit lower than our fighting skills, but if we start a fight in a bad shape, probably we will lose that fight. So what is white doing? White is trying to cover black with this capping move, but white's shape has large holes and black can cut through. And if you play a direct move to cover your opponent and it doesn't work, it ends up in a disaster for you. In such case, it's much better to play an indirect move which does not cover the opponent but which puts pressure on the opponent. Or in this case, actually we had another obvious move. We simply go out once more, and then the cover already can be used. And if black does not answer, then we have a compensation on the other side. Or if we are afraid, we can simply extend. It's also fine for white. And the game is good for white. We just need to continue it and be happy. But white became too hasty, plays such an impatient move, and then black cuts through white's shape. So at this point, we already see that black is cooking something. If we follow the usual path like this, we can see that we have problem with our 3 stones, but if we don't save them, then black is out already, and this doesn't look good for white. So at this stage, we should think if we should really follow down that path. Something unexpected is happening to us. Our opponent is trying to push us and he plays something which we didn't foresee. So how about maybe capturing this stone? Yes, black gets a nice compensation, but we continue the game and we gained something. We gained the Ponuki. We need to agree that our initial plan of covering black didn't work, but it seems that it will anyway not work. So now it is the question about getting as good result as possible, not covering black. And this was going headlong into a difficult variation for white. Black can already live inside with one move, but for now black has a big leverage against white's groups on the outside. White shapes falls apart. White plays the strongest moves to not lose any of the groups in a net or a ladder, but at the end it's difficult to save these groups, but still we need to save also the group on the bottom for all of it to make any sense. So now white gave it a try, plays this move hoping to capture black on the bottom. If it works, it's good, but black answers in a careful manner, and apparently white lost the semi-ai, white lost the capturing race. Actually, it can be made it could have been made a Seki, or not even Seki. We simply lose by 1 liberty in both variations. In this we even lose by 2 liberties. So white lost, white died, and that's terrible for white. So now white tries to minimize the loss on the outside, but it's like it used to be a good game. We were maybe 6 points up, and we are now probably 15 points down. So completely unnecessary impatient going into the fight from white's side. Then the game was still very interesting and many things happened. White tries to live in black's area, black connects, strong move, empty triangle, beautiful. Go out, and soon we have something interesting. White bumps. Do we have a chance to kill that group of white? No, we don't have a chance to kill such group. If we play from that side, we will easier die with our wall than kill white's group. So the answer is no, it's clear. If we play from this side, white has half an eye there, and white can very easily make a center eye here. And if white wants to live, white can do it very easily, and white will even go further and have bigger demands. So what should we do in such case? We know that we cannot kill, so we should try to gain as much as possible from the attack. And this is one possible. We let white run into that direction, but we already take 4th line territory, and on that other side we will also make territory. Playing something like this looks reasonable, and we are already ahead because we gained a lot of points. So it makes sense. Actually, my intuition would be rather with playing such a move in the first place. I don't see a problem with doing so. There is not that much weakness regarding the wall, so we can be a bit further from the wall, but still it will become a very similar shape, so maybe the game move is better. Alright, and then white, instead of playing this move, went immediately with a knight's move, which is a bit bold, and we can counter it in the most obvious manner by taking the vital point of white's shape, and then either here or there. It's actually a difficult choice, but it's already satisfactory for us to take that vital point. But instead black thought, oh, white's shape is cuttable, I can go through and cut, and this was crazy and unnecessary. In the first place, white has the right to go there, so now white went a bit faster to that spot, but going immediately for a cut is naive. Like black probably calculated only this variation, but now white chose a better move, and it becomes risky for black because now the whole wall of black is under attack. And white ends up connecting anyway, and this is much worse for black than simply playing here and letting white play that move. Yeah, because black's shape is a fully cut Ikkentobi, right? We can see that this is a terrible shape by black, and also there is a lot of agi in black's territory now. So black added a move, and white plays in an active manner instead of helping the group. White starts a fight. Yes, makes sense because we are behind, so we try our best. Yeah. And it becomes a very complicated game now because white disregarded the big group in the center, and it might die. But maybe white has a chance to win the game in another fashion. This is an interesting crosscut. Black can go out from this ladder because white can play like this. So black can go out, but what happens? White needs to play from this side. Can black win this capturing race? Maybe black can find a call, and in such variation, not really, but black can use agi on the other side. For now, black starts a fight on the other part of the board, and well, it seems that black manages it well, and now it would be enough for black to probably to play like this. No. Yeah, it's a seki, so actually black even can play this move, and this is easiest black can do. Though okay, maybe seki is not satisfactory enough because white already gained something by breaking through. So to know whether we can do it or not and whether we should do it, we need to count points. There is no other way, so let's count points. 30 points for white. Counting points is very easy. You just see 30 points, 40, 50, 60. There is, like with this, 60 points for white. That's it. And plus commi, it's 66. Okay, and then for black, it's also very easy. Here you have 24, 30, 40, 45. So actually, it's not enough for black. It's not enough for black. Yeah. So if the seki is sente for black, then it makes sense. But if it is gote, then it doesn't make sense. Wait. Sorry. Yeah, like this. Yeah, because black needs to play that move. So this is one option. This would be another option, but this actually doesn't work because white doesn't need to play here. So black's chance is to play this exchange first, and then play here, and then actually black might be able to capture white's group. If black captures, then black is winning. We counted points, we know it for granted. Yeah. Anyway, black starts the call. This is a bit crazy of a decision. Okay, so I know that the seki is already a seki, or potentially black can kill. So black might be able to play differently and try to capture white's group on the outside. But starting a call... So already this threat gives white a lot. And yeah, it ends up with a compromise, and it's difficult to judge. We would need to count points again. Now black gets a bit crazy after the call has finished, tries to save the group, then sees that the group is not savable, so leaves it. But then, of course, it was much better to sacrifice it in the first place. So then the game becomes difficult for black, probably. And black tries a lot of crazy things, but it doesn't work out. Yeah, that's a sad story, because here maybe still playing such a move, it is possible for black to win, but the best chance is to start taking white's liberties, unless there is actually a problem with the other group. This I didn't have time to calculate, but it seems that black can manage this capturing race. Yeah. Anyway, very interesting that black didn't manage to win this game in the end. Maybe it was possible to win it by simply enclosing white now, but how can we be sure? And this only says that it was a good decision by white to now go out and start a fight. If white played normal moves, we wouldn't really get a chance. If we play like this, we are going to get a chance. Maybe lose by a lot, maybe win by a lot, and white managed to win. So this is it about this game. And let's move to the next one.